Fantastic. Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome back to my Kerbal Space Program Let's Play. Now, I wasn't due to record this episode yet, but I wanted to do it anyway because I can't wait to see what happens with these three probes. Now, since last time, we built a spacecraft, brought it into space, in orbit around Kerbin, left Kerbin's sphere of influence, went round the sun, and have caught up with the Juna system. And here's our brilliant little craft here. We've got a big fat tank of fuel still, we've got this big thruster on the back, and then these various sections here with three different probes in. And this one on the end here, I think, was for a particular contract. Let's have a look. Reach a designated orbit around Juna. Okay, well, we will probably do that. If we look over here in the distance, these two little dots, you might be able to see them. I can't really. I wonder if I can get an angle where they're... No, I'm not sure. But if we block the sun out with our spaceship, you should be able to see that this one, there's Juna, and there, orbiting it, is Ike. Now let's go into map mode so we can see that better. So here's map mode, and that yellow orbit there is the orbit of which they want us to put the satellite in. Now that's kind of a parking orbit in the Juna system as it is. So let's do that first and then worry about the rest. Now we've got to get into the Juna system first. At the moment we are in it, but we're going to be escaping over here. So we want to go to the periaps of our fly pass here. And then we want to slow down. So let's get our fuel up and get ready. Okay, so we want to go retrograde now. And the craft will be turning round. Is it turning round? Yes, quite slowly. There's no RCS on this vessel. It's quite short, it's quite fat, but there are 1, 2, 3 probes in it. So those 3 probes between them should be able to turn it round. And there we are facing the right way now. So let's do a burn. Full power. And you can see, I don't know where it is. Stuff will be happening. This is our slow down burn, our capture burn. This should be bending. Look, it's moving ever so slowly. But it'll start moving quicker and quicker. And eventually, it'll bend round the Juna system. And hopefully what we want to do is get it close to this line. Here, it's starting to bend. Bending more. Here it goes. We're about to capture and plop. Right. Let's have a look, see how that is. Okay, we're rather skewed. Let's bring it in a bit. Ooh, ooh. Okay, let's leave it like that for now. Right, I'm going to do some twiddling, and hopefully we can get in an orbit that's following this one here. It is going to take a bit of tweaking. We're going to have to like warp to here and burn our normal and anti-normal. I'll tell you what, let's just do that maneuver now. So let's zoom in a little bit. And what I'm trying to do is get the interaction between the two planes. So I'm looking at the yellow orbit, and I'm looking at the kind of the aqua light blue orbit of us, and you can see I've adjusted the camera so that we are completely in line with both orbits. Both of them seem completely flat, and if I click here right on the node and click warp here, that'll allow us to warp to the point of which the two are in line with each other. And then if we bring the game to a complete slowdown, we want to turn the vessel round so that we can find hopefully either the normal or anti-normal. Right, there's one of them. I don't know which one that is. I think that's the normal, and I don't know which one I need, so I'm going to try it and see what happens as we pass. That's wrong. That went completely the opposite way from what we wanted to do. That went more bendy. We want it less bendy. Okay, let's keep them lined up. Here we are. We're turning the craft round. You can see the ball rotating. That one looks like the anti. Okay, let's get ready to put a bit of power into it. No. We went too far. We went too far. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. There we go. All right. Keeping it lined up. You can see that they're starting to level out now. Starting to level out quite nicely. Just making some small adjustments. I'm not going to go fast with this. I don't want to go past it. We need to get it pretty close, and we are as good as there. Right. Now, I saw the descending node and ascending node flip around and move. You know you've got to the point when that's happened. So now we are in an orbit which follows the same plane, or roughly the same plane as our target orbit. Now to kind of just bring that in a little bit closer, we'll do that with some decelerating burns retrograde. Shall I show you that? I'll show you that as well. So we're going to go all the way around here to our other side. It's going to take us a while. Actually, stop. Or time warp cancelled. Cancelled it perfectly. I actually wanted to be at the periapsis. Let's go retrograde again. Just going to put a small bit of... Whoa, didn't mean to do that. I wanted to put a tiny bit of burn because this engine does actually have a nozzle on it which points. It has, what do you call it? A gimbal. It has a gimbal, so that helps it point the right way. Come on. There we are. And now we are retrograde. We need to burn to bring this down to here. So let's do that now. And I tell you what we'll do. We're not aware of we don't want to know our fuel at the minute. We want to know when it's happy that we've reached this inclination and so forth. So here we go. Let's start the burn. You can see that retrograde burn pulling our orbit in slowly around. And they're going to flip over, of course, and we want to try and bring that periapsis close to this one. And I'm going to keep going at this slow speed for now, because I don't want to get it too far off. I want to try and get it pretty much smack on to begin with. And there, the two lines seem to be joining about here. So what I'm going to do is we'll warp round to there. Let's do it just before that point, a little bit higher. Warp here, there we go. And the note tells us how close we have to be and so forth. Let's now go retrograde again. There we go. Just rotating round. Again, no RCS, but using slight boosts from the gimbal on the main engine to help. So, there we go. And again, bringing that in, you can see it's going to get pretty close, and I don't know if we're going to be able to complete just by bringing it in like this, or whether we're going to have to do some micro tweaking or not. So hang on. Oh, yes, it's happy with the orbit. We're going to wait for 10 seconds. Maintain stability, maintain stability. So it's reached designated orbit, has been ticked green. Stability! And there is the contract completed. Fantastic. 136,000 in completion rewards. Brilliant. Now we have to do what I came here to do. And this is going to be difficult, because what we have to do is we have to actually get in contact with Ike. And what I'd like to be able to do is bring all 3 satellites to Ike, and then we should be able to use their thrust to do what we need to do. So let's set Ike as our target. And are we in the same plane as Ike? We're not in the same plane as Ike, so let's do an adjustment on that. Let's get our stability assist. Let's move ourselves. We want to be going this way on the ball, I think. We're going towards our... See, we're nearly completely on the descending node here. Sorry, ascending node. So, let's see if we can move this craft round. If we want carrying all this heavy fuel. So we've got... oh, hang on a minute. Now we finish this contract. Let's just wait here. And let's go back to the Space Center to see if there's any more contracts in the Juna system. Okay, mission control. Hello. Minmus, Kerbin, put a flag on Minmus. We did that a while ago. Explore Eve. Fly by Ike. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you call a fantastic coincidence. Doing that contract to place the satellite around Juna refreshed the contracts. Now there's a fly-by Ike in there. That wasn't there before. We'll take that because we're going to be doing that anyway. Conducts temperature surveys of Juna near a probe. Maybe not right now. Okay, that was worth it. That was worth coming back. Okay, so now if we look at the contracts, we've got to go fly a vessel anywhere near Ike. We're going to be doing that anyway, so we can forget about that. God, look at the two of them. They're getting quite big in the sky now. So yes, so we're getting close to this ascending node. I want us to gently move the vessel around. I don't really want to use too much fuel. We have come here with an absolute load of fuel, but the more fuel I can save, the better. So let's push ourselves up to this ascending node. And let's give ourselves... I know we're not quite there at the ascending node yet, but let's give ourselves a little burn and see how we twist. Oh, that's the right way. That is the right way. So we're going to warp here. And we're just going to level out our orbit in relation to Ike. There we go. Right on the ascending node. Lining up with the camera. A little gentle burn and keeping things steady. Nearly there. You can see the blue lines coming into line, and the ascending and descending node are about to switch, and when they do, there, they move quickly. We're pretty much smack on now. Right, probably good to start a retrograde burn to start to come in now. Ike, I think, is travelling round this way. I haven't checked, but we're going around the opposite way. This could be very challenging indeed. Let's find out. Next time we do a time warp, I will pay attention. Come on. You can tell the ascending and descending nodes are very close to being perfect because they keep moving every time we do a maneuver change. Right, so we are nearly perfectly retrograde now. Just waiting for that last little bit of stabilization from the SAS system. And that will do. Right, here we go. We're going now with a burn to reduce our periapsis. We're going to speed it up slightly. Okay, there we go. Now, I think what we'll do is we'll just do a bit of a time warp and see. Yeah, you can tell that Ike's going this way because the lines fainter and darker. Alright, this is going to be difficult. We're actually going to have to fly past in the wrong direction. Thank you very much to our satellite stuff. Right. So according to this is our target's closest approach, here and here. We want to try and do the maneuver around the periaps, but what we're going to do, we're going to point... Are we prograde? We are pretty much prograde. Okay, let's try a prograde and see what happens when we do that. Do these move closer or further apart? Can't tell. Let's bring it back in on the retrograde. This is going to take some tweaking. I'll see you in a minute. Well, to be honest, it didn't take much fiddling, and we've actually got an intercept with Ike, an encounter with Ike. All I did was I brought the apoapsis down, just did a bit of a retrograde burn, and eventually I just got this randomly. I have no idea how, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm quite happy with that encounter. I think what's going to happen is we are going to shoot round this way, like this, and when we get to about here, Ike's going to come round that way and meet us. Or it might actually be on the first loop. Let's find out. So if we increase time... Yeah, I think it's going to be on the first time. Oh. No, wait, it's changed. It's changed. We've got a really bad encounter with Ike. Oh, no, wait, no. God, there's multiple encounters. Right. Here's Ike. Ike has come round now. It's pretty huge, actually, for a... What's that? Why have we got two Ikes? We've got two Ikes. I'm not sure why. I think one might be a future Ike. Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit until we get into that encounter with Ike. And that should complete our contract to fly by up here. To achieve, and there we go. Look, contract achieved. Now, whilst we've done that, let's go check and see if there's any more contracts. Every time you achieve a contract, it's a good idea to go and see if there's any more. Build a new surface outpost on Juna. No. Conduct temperature surveys. No. Satellite in specific orbit. Oh, science data from space around Ike. Guess what we're about to put in orbit around Ike. Okay, well, we'll accept that contract. Position satellite in a specific order of Juna. Let's see what that's like. This one is for the Curlington Model Rockets and Paper Products Inc. Let's go check that out in the tracking center. It's not showing it, and I don't know why. Is it because I haven't accepted it? Right, okay. Well, we are currently at about 3.3 million meters. Let's see what the orbit of that Juna one was. Hang on. Oh, hang on a minute. I don't think we're going to be able to do this. No, you must build a new unmanned probe. This is an existing probe. We can't do this. Let's carry on with our mission. Probes. Because at the moment, if we actually do our capture with Ike, we are not going to be able to then leave our Juna satellite to reduce its own orbit. So, let's have a look, see what order they're in. Now, we've got some sort of satellite, lander, and then satellite. So what I could do is I could actually leave this one in orbit of Ike. Though we have got a lot of fuel in here, so maybe we'll drop these two off, slow down, drop two off, speed up, then deploy that one. Yes, let's do that. Right, so let's do our slow down capture about here. Let's warp to that point there. There we go. We want to be retrograde now, which I think we almost are already. Fantastic. Full burn. There we are, slowing down. We're going to crash into Juna with our orbit. Come on. Uh-oh. Why haven't we not got a really nice orbit with Ike? Oh, I know why. That's had to switch round. Because we're travelling in the opposite direction. But here you can see now, there is our capture. Okay. So we've got lots of notifications. Let's check them out. The first one is our completion of our contract of flying by Ike, 132,000. Fantastic. We've got some milestones. First flyby of Ike, escaped Juna's influence, and entered orbit of Ike. Fantastic. And then what's this? Achieve orbit around Ike. Complete. Right, okay. So we could park our satellite just here, but I want to get it a little bit closer. So let's bring that into about 100,000. That was close enough. Let's warp this side. How's our fuel looking? Fuel. Oh, we've got to do all these as well. Achieve an orbit. Transmit or recover data from around Ike. Okay, so that's fine. Fuel. Yes, fuel. Still good. Fuel is still good. So, we're just going retrograde at the moment. It's turning around quite nicely now. There's less fuel in the tank. It's less heavy. There's Ike. It's looking pretty huge. Let's bring this orbit into a nice, stable orbit. There we are. A little bit closer. About 100. There's 99 and 96. That'll do. That will do quite nicely. Now, we need to we need to do these two probes here. Now, this first one's really easy. If we decouple this like that, there we go. This is now a satellite in orbit of Ike. That's it. Done. It's been deployed. That ring will be debris that we'll discount at some point. And we can do the transmit or recover scientific data from space around Ike, or at least we should be able to if I remembered how to everything on this vessel. Yeah, looks like we have. Oh, it wants to go, right, okay, stability assist only. Right then, in that case, let's do log temperature. There we go, we get 12 science for transmitting it back, and that should complete that section of the contract. Transmit or recover space around Ike. Brilliant. Okay, so this is going to... Oh, we can observe the mystery go. And transmit it back for 9 science. Let's do that as well. May as well do it. We're not going to be able to do anything else with that goo container at any point. We brought it for a completely different contract. Oh, we've got some more stuff going in here. Space around Ike complete. Transmit. Yeah. What's this? We just received the data from space around Ike. Oh, yes, of course, we got that extra contract, didn't we? That's all brilliant. Now we know go back to the Space Centre again to double check for contracts. And I don't think we've got any new ones, and I don't think we've got any we can do. No, right, don't think so. Right, back to the thingy. Okay, we're back to thingy, and we're going to rename thingy. We're going to rename this Juna Mark 1 to actually IkeSat. Now, hang on a minute. Let's just double check something. Okay, map mode. Ike, we are at an altitude of 2,000. Oh, but that's from the centre of Ike. Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Right, rename vessel. Let's do it again. IkeSat. That's it, IkeSat. It is a probe. Yeah, it's a probe, satellite probe. That's it. Brilliant. That's IkeSat done. Let's go back to the others. Now we've got this ring. We'll get rid of that ring at some point. But now back to the main vessel. We want to now eject this, the lander. Now we've got loads of fuel in here still. So what we're going to do is we're going to slow down until we encounter Ike with the whole section, release it, and then speed up again. So let's get that sorted out. Let's make sure we're pointing retrograde. Now we want to land more or less on this side. So our slow... Where's the sun? There's the sun. We want to do our slow down manoeuvre over here. So let's warp round there. There we go. And we want to be retrograde still. So I'm just going to do a slight little burn. Just to help push ourselves round. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Steady. Steady. Right, okay. And we want to do this until we get really close to the surface of Ike. 14, that should do it. Right, now we need to face prograde, because otherwise we're going to fire our lander off in the wrong direction. There's our debris on our satellite just over there, 40 kilometers away now. Okay. I've never landed on Ike before, just like when I was on Juna before. I've never landed on Juna before. Excuse me. Where are you going? Face the right way. Okay. Just settle down, alright? There we go. Right, you can't see it very well, but now we're going to release our lander. There we go, and we are with our lander now. Now we're just going to leave our lander for a minute, and we're going to go back to our main vessel. This is the satellite we want to put in orbit around Juna. At the minute, we're on almost an intercept course with Ike, so what we want to do is go prograde, push ourselves out, then we want to get out of the orbit of Ike into the orbit of Juna again. We're using this massive can of fuel to pull everything around, and at the moment, everything's going to plan. I know. I can't believe it either. So we're going to forget about this little chap for a minute. It's parked in orbit of Ike. Okay, it's going to be going to Juna, but it's parked in an orbit of Ike. Let's go back to the other probe. Here, our lander. You can tell it's the lander because it's the one with legs, which we will extend now. There we go. I'm going to put it in a retrograde movement, and of course it turns around beautifully. We've got this tiny little engine here, which we'll give it a test now. See, nothing's coming out because we haven't activated it yet. Let's activate that engine. There we go. Engine activated. Right, now we need to land, and I have no idea whether we're going to be able to do this. I have not researched this. I don't even know if Ike's got an atmosphere like Juna at all. But let's give it a go. So we're going to be about 22 kilometers above the surface round here now. So I want to bring that in a little bit. So let's go retrograde. There we go. And I want to bring that down. So, ooh, hang on a minute. What's going on? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Well, at least this craft turns around quite quickly. There we go. So we're going to bring that down to very close. We're probably going to crash into a mountain or something. Yeah, that'll do. Right. Now, according to this, we're going at about 249 meters per second. Let's see how we go with this. We're going to go whoop, steady. Right. I have no idea where we're going to land, but I think somewhere around here might be quite nice, in this kind of crater area. So, let's get that retrograde mark, and let's do a full burn. Now our fuel should go down very slowly. Oh, actually, I think we're okay at the moment. Let's leave it for now. Let's see if we can get over this ridge. Yeah, we're getting over that ridge quite nicely. Do think though we're starting to get close to the point where we're going to land. I don't want to. Yeah, it looks like we're going to hit down over the edge on this ridge over here. So let's slow down. We've got a lot of slowing down to do. We've got a lot of fuel. As long as it does slow down, that's all good. So we're slowing down, we've got the fuel. I think we're going to be okay. It could take a while for me to do this 14-kilometer drop, so I will see you once we've done a lot more burning. Yeah, look at that. We're still burning, with Juna setting over the horizon of Ike. We're about 12 kilometers up now, coming down to about 180 meters per second. Okay, we're coming close to the end of our main deceleration burn now. In fact, what we want to do is just lower that off completely, because we still need to be able to drop down to the surface. We want that controlled to be. We want it to be controlled flow. So I'm just going to try and get ourselves at about 30 meters per second. And as soon as I see a shadow, I will burst down. We do look like we're quite close. So I think this particular mountain on Ike is quite high. We should start seeing a shadow somewhere around here quite soon. Ooh, what happened then? Oh, we went from orbit to surface on the ball. So I'm just going to slow us down a little bit more. It does feel like we're close. We're probably not that close. I mean, the sun is up there, so that means our shadow should be down there, and I'm not seeing it. Where is it? Yeah, shadow, shadow, shadow. I usually rely on the shadow, and this is one of the main reasons why I land. God, it does feel like we're getting really close. Where's our shadow? Okay, oh, there it is. No, wait, that's not a shadow. Okay, it feels really close now, so I'm going to slow us down. Then again, we are falling at 13 meters per second. Okay, let's continue now at about 6. Still no shadow. Come on, son. What, do your stuff. You can see, you start to see the surface texture now of all the boulders and things. This must be a pretty massive crater. There it is. There's our shadow. That tiny little dot down there. Hello. Wow, we are falling really slowly. Let's let it go a little bit. Okay, here we go. For the first ever Hellish landing on Ike. Falling down at 1 meter per second. We couldn't really have done this much better. Plenty of fuel. And touchdown. For the Ike Surface Pro Mark 1 thing. Brilliant. Is Juna still in the background? No, Juna has set now. Fantastic. So land on Ike has been achieved by this contract, and we have now some messages. We've got our world first of entering a suborbit of Ike and landing on Ike. We get money for all that as well. Now we've got the last part of the contract, which is to transmit or recover data from the surface of Ike. And of course, we've got our temperature sensor. So if we log the temperature sensor, we can get 19 signs for transmitting it all the way back. And there goes the antenna to do so. Data is done. The contract is complete. And of course, we get the money and the science and even more money and lots of prestige. Oh, this is all going very, very well. Oh, this is going to be a long episode, but I think it's going to be worth it. Right. Let's quickly check to see if there's any more contracts. Okay, so explore Eve, temperature surveys of Juna, outpost, orbital station around the moon, plant flag and Minmas. Nah. So that is 2 of 3 of a success so far. So now what we need to do is we need to come out of off the surface of Juna and find our Juna. There's the Ike Sat. There's the Ike probe. Well, we didn't rename it. Hang on a minute. Rename vessel. Ike lander. Probe. I think we're going to do probe. We're going to call it a probe and use the lander symbol. There we are. Right, okay. Now back up. Now we've got our Ike Sat and our Ike probe. We've also got our Juna probe already, but we need to now do our Juna Sat, which I believe is here. Here it is. Now we need to get out of the orbit of Ike. And the best way to do that, I think, is to warp to there and then go retrograde. I can't remember why, but I remember a moon. Oh, I remember. Oh God, we've gone a little bit past where I wanted to be. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's close enough. It's close. No, wait. No. Prograde. Which way round are we going? Prograde. Oh, what are you doing, you stupid person? Why did I say retrograde? I said retrograde, I went retrograde. What I meant was prograde. There we are. We're going to push our orbit out from Ike, which will then get us into an orbit with Juna. Brilliant. Let's do that escape maneuver now. Plop. No, not quite plop. There's the plop. Right, now we need to be careful that we don't actually land back in there again, but I think we're going round the other way. Let's have a look. No, we're not. Right, from back here we can bring our periaps down. I'd like to get the periaps down to about 100,000, I think. Can I actually click on it without and keep it there? No. Right, okay, never mind. Let's pull it in a bit. Let's pull it in a little bit. How are we doing on fuel? Fine on fuel at the moment. What's this? Contract. World's first milestone. Escape Ike. We did. We escaped Ike. Congratulations to me. Why are we not going anywhere? Hang on a minute. I'm confused. Why is the SES not working? Reaction wheels are normal. We not got any sort of... I'm confused. I'm really confused. Why isn't this working? Oh, we're still in time dilation. That's why. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. If I reduce the orbit now, there is a chance we might encounter Ike again, and I don't really want to do that. So we're going to go around to here and pull in our Acropolis. Yeah, we'll do a retrograde movement there. So we're already telling the craft to point retrograde. So let it spin round. It's taking its time. Let's put a bit of thrust in it to get it to go. There we are. Want to bring that down to about 100,000. It's 1 million at the minute. 700. 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. There, that's 93,000. That'll do. Warp here. We haven't actually used the engine on this satellite yet. So to have a satellite with that amount of fuel in it is pretty cool. And we could probably keep this can, but to be honest, I'm not going to. I'm going to get rid of it. Again, we want to be retrograde, so we're going to give it a slight burn to help it turn. You can see it rotating down here at the bottom. We can also see it rotating here around the surface of Juna. Looking lovely. This massive ugly can has done a fantastic job pulling these 3 satellites around. Okay, we're going to just do this now until these 2 flip. And we've got... Ooh, that one's getting a little bit low. Okay, we're going to do some adjustments. We're just going to warp here. We're going to push ourselves out prograde when we get there. And that's it. We've managed to get 2 satellites and a lander all in position with 1 mission. I should have brought the Juna probe in the first place, really, shouldn't I? Here we go. Just going to give this a bit of a boost out. There. We've got 114 and 109. You know what? That will most certainly do. Let's now just decouple this. Here is our satellite now on its true heading. We're going to enable the engine, but we're not going to use it. And there we are. We're going to leave it floating in orbit of Juna. There we go. It's also rotating. What we might do as well is we'll log the temperature just while we're here as well. I think we have done this already, but just in case, I don't know why. And then this can be completely and utterly canned now. In fact, we can't do anything with it. It's just debris. There's no probe on it. So there we go. We have done it. We now have a satellite in orbit of Ike. We now have a lander on the surface of Ike somewhere. We have a lander on the surface of Juna and a probe satellite orbiting Juna. We have well and truly done fantastically well in this episode. Last one thing to do is to go back to Kerbal and see how much money we've got from all of those completing of contracts. Well, not a stupid amount of science gathered, but this wasn't necessarily a science gathering mission. This was a mission to put our probes and satellites in places in the solar system. We do have 100 science to spend now, and we also have 1.6 million credits. Fantastic. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It actually all went to plan, so I am very surprised about that. Join me next time, where there is just as much chance of explosions as always. And I don't know what we're going to be doing yet, but we'll find out sometime soon. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, remember to give it a like. And of course, leave all your thoughts, ideas, comments and questions down in the comments section below. If you want to help me out and support me, you can do so monetarily by going to Viewer Plus and subscribing to that. To know more about that and to subscribe, head out to my website masterhellish.net and click the big Viewer Plus button. Otherwise, you can help me out just by sharing and liking my videos. Thank you very much. I will see you soon. That's all from me. Take care. Goodbye.